Hi everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Mrs. Cuthill. Unfortunately, no Corvus today, he's away sick. So the first thing we need to do when we cook is wash our hands. Somebody count for 20 seconds. I love the push off tap. So, the Anzac biscuits were a huge hit last week, and even my sister in Townsville decided to make some. This week we're going to try to make a banana bread or banana cake. One of my favourites, particularly when bananas start to look like this. I don't really like to eat them like this, but for banana cake that's perfect. So the recipe is very simple. We need to melt, so we need some butter, which I have left over from last week. We have some sugar. We need an egg. This egg had a little accident. Fortunately, it fell into that cup, so it's sitting there. What else do we need? Egg. We need self-raising flour. That's that, if you can get it at the shops. We need baking. Well, I use bicarbonate of soda. We need some milk, ripe banana mashed, and that's it. Oh, and some chocolate bits, which I haven't used before, but let's try that. So the first thing I need to do is mash my banana. Now I'm doubling this recipe because the recipe is for a ring tin, and my loaf tin is a bit bigger, so we're going to double the recipe. Plus I've got lots of hungry staff here at school. Let's mash our banana. This is a fun part. Kids should like to do this. The softer they are, the better. Mash, mash, mash. I actually prefer to have a cup measurement for my banana, but kind of figure you can't have too much banana. So that's one banana. Because I'm doubling it, I'm going to put in a second banana. This one looks okay. It's a little bit unripe up there, but let's see. Oops. So mash that. If I was Maggie Beer or Nigella, we'd already have this already mashed, but we're not. That's looking pretty good. Whoops. A bit lumpy still. There we go. Squish, squish, squish. Now I think there's a word called onomatopoeia, which is, oopsie, is when the sound you are making, or the word sounds like the sound. There we go. Now, pan. I love this baking paper. Very easy, pop it in. Make sure the oven is on to 180. And then the next step is to melt the butter. Now the recipe says 50 grams of butter, but we are doubling it. I saw some videos of students making Anzac biscuits last week, and they even had scales. I was pretty impressed. Just need to get a knife. My messy stuff. So we know that last week I used 125 grams, which means I've got 125 grams here. So I'm going to guesstimate that that's about 25 grams. Pop that there, and pop the butter into the pan. So it's melted gently in a big pan. It's great to have an apron. This one is that. Let's do that low. And while that's coming to melt, we will get the next few things out. So we need some vanilla and some sugar and egg. So it says 1 egg, but because I'm doubling, we'll use 2. Just find a little bowl to beat that in. Love doing this. I try very hard not to get the shell in. I've seen some people just do it one-handed, but I can't do that. There we are. I'm going to use cork just to give that a little beat. And in fact, I'm going to cheat a little bit and put the vanilla essence in. It's 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. And we're doubling, so that will be 2 teaspoons. One, 2. There we are. And the sugar, how much sugar? Half a cup. So we're doubling, so that means a full cup of sugar. It doesn't sound that healthy, does it? Let's see. Sometimes I cheat and don't put quite that much in. Some of my recipes for banana cake have golden syrup in it, which I like, or brown sugar, but we're just using plain old white sugar today. And really I think that's enough because bananas are fairly sweet anyway. Head on, let's have a look and see if that butter has melted. Not quite. Give it a little stir, see if we can give it a hurry along. Okay, that's all melted. I'm actually going to take this off the cooktop and use it over here. I'll improvise a little bit because the pot actually isn't very hot. I'm going to use that pot as my bowl. Okay, so now we need to add the sugar. Put a big spoon. Do I have a wooden spoon? Yes. I like to do this before adding the eggs. It cools it down a little bit. You don't want to cook the eggs, which is why you're not meant to boil the butter. But maybe melt the sugar just a tad, a little bit. Add in the eggs. Now you can see my husband is right. I am a very messy cook, and I do use all the utensils in the kitchen. I hope he doesn't watch this. Okay, so that's that bit. Okay, so now we need to add flour and the baking soda. So we need 1 cup of self-raising flour, but because we are doubling it, we need 2 cups. Nearly there. It's a shame Corvus is not here to help me. This is a really good part that he could have done, I think. 1. Nearly there. I am making a mess. Get a little bit of that out of there, a little hole in the middle, and put in the bicarbonate of soda, and we need half a teaspoon, but oh, that's a problem. That one's messy. Let's use this half teaspoon. One half, and because we've doubled it, we're going to have 2 halves. Yeah. does look like my kitchen at home. Mess everywhere. Oh, definitely mess everywhere. Maybe a way to solve that was to do sift one cup first before the second cup. Now it says especially do not stir it yet. Okay, we won't stir it yet. Put that there. Oh, there's a bit of flour left in there. Now it says to mix in the mashed banana and milk. So what was the milk? Was a quarter of a cup. So 2 times 1/4 is equivalent to a half. Oh, it's heavy. And now I just need to stir that until it's just mixed, making sure that banana goes all the way through. I guess you could actually melt the butter in the microwave, would be an easy way to do this as well. So I'm supposed to be saving dishes. Not that that's worked very well here, but normally it would. That looks like it's just combined. So we'll just put that now into the baking pan. So you might need your mum or dad to help you with this. Scrape it all out into the pan. Now I bet if Corvus was here he'd like to lick the bowl, but he's not, so that will need to get washed up. Okay. Now this is interesting, I have never done this before, but the recipe says to sprinkle some choc chips, and I couldn't decide whether I wanted white choc chips or chocolate choc chips, so we're going to do a little bit of both. And this will save icing the cake, I imagine. You'll see. A little bit of chocolate, dark chocolate, and a little bit of white chocolate. I have more mess on the table. A little bit of white. There we go. And that just needs to go into the oven for 30 minutes. Put the timer on to remind myself. Oops. But usually if it starts to smell cooked, it is cooked. Okay, that's starting to smell beautiful. So let me have a little look and see if that might be ready. Oh, that looks fantastic. Let's get a little touch on the top. That is cooked. So out it comes. Onto a cooler tray. Now that definitely is a job for mum or dad or grandma. Let's turn that oven off because I've been known to forget to do that. And while I've got these here, look at these beautiful prep tea towels. This one is from 2010. And I keep looking at them and looking at the children's names and remembering them. So if you've got a preppy this year, please make sure that you get a tea towel. This is from last year. Got some beautiful children, Isabella, Dimitri, some great children, Carter, who's on the other side, Honor, Sloka. Anyway, a great memento of prep. Now we just need to wait for this cake to cool down a little bit before we tip it out. Sometimes I'm a bit courageous. If it's working well, I just lift the paper. Definitely a job for an adult when it's still warm. And then just let it cool. Well, I think we might have some very happy staff who might get banana cake for their morning tea. So thank you for that. Also, next week, Mr. Osborne has requested jam drops. And I'm really keen to make those because my grandmother used to make them with me when I was a little girl. And that was one of my favourite things to do with my grandma, was make biscuits or rock cakes. So next week we're going to try jam drops. If you would like to request a recipe, please email the school and we will see what we can do. So thank you. See you next week.